Hey everyone, I'm Shabir, and I exactly know how it feels when you want to speak English but you feel stuck, unsure where to start. And today I have a very simple trick for you to implement into your daily routine English practices. And the good part of it is that it is so much easy and you can do it without worrying about making mistakes because this practice requires you to make mistakes so that you can learn and build up upon those mistakes that you're making. So let's get started. Before I tell you this step, I want to share something about my own experience that I felt when I first wanted to improve my fluency in English. In the very beginning times when I wanted to improve my fluency in English, I felt stuck. I usually watched the movies or cartoons or whatever on YouTube or social media. I would see people speak English so much fluently, so much confidently that I wanted to speak English immediately just like them. It was my goal and my purpose to speak like them, and whenever I tried to do so, I failed. So that even made me worse, feel worse. So then, and I my passion took me to practices, and I wanted to practice more, and I went over searching, on YouTube on AI to find ways to become fluent in English, to sound more like a native speaker specifically. It was my goal to be able to sound like a native speaker. It was my goal actually, but I couldn't, it was so hard for me to do so. But at the end, finally, after a lot of efforts that I put in, after all the failed efforts that I tried, I could finally take over and overcome those challenges that I had in the beginning, and I could improve my English eventually. And everything is cool now, and I believe that anyone who's watching this video can do the same with their English if their native language isn't English. And the trick to becoming this much fluent in English is to speak to yourself regularly every single day. For example, if you're making tea, or if you're at work, or if you're at home doing anything, explain anything that is in English. On a daily basis, all of us do everything. For example, we're busy sometimes washing the car, doing the dishes, or anything that we're doing. If we implement this practice into our daily routine of speaking or explaining the processes that we are in English, then it is going to improve your English so much fast, because you're going to feel so much confident and fluent in English. Sometimes when you're explaining a process, for example, you might feel that you are stuck between picking a word or picking a correct or right word choice for the context that you're speaking. So sometimes it gets difficult. What I mean by that is that sometimes things can get so much difficult when you're explaining the process yourself. Especially when you're a beginner, it could be so much difficult for you. But if you can be consistent with this practice and accept your flaws and mistakes and shortages, then in a short future you can become so much fluent in English. You'll get forced to memorize more words. You're going to do a lot of research and expand your vocab, storage, and you're going to become so much fluent in English in the future. And that is the easiest way to start speaking English today. Remember, the secret to becoming fluent in English is consistency. The more consistent you are, the better you'll become in speaking English fluently. So, if you found this lesson helpful, make sure to hit the bell so you never miss a lesson from me. And I'll be sure to come back with another helpful lesson in the future. See you soon.